Welcome, round 2 action here at the lovely Zandvoort track in the Netherlands. What is the official V8 Supercar Championship here with RaceBot TV in conjunction with iRacing.com. Looking forward to a fantastic race. I'm supposed to be at a beach somewhere. I'm still here commentating. I'm out of here eventually. But with me tonight for what is the last race of 2015, which is race 2 of season 1 2016, Jake Blackall. Jake, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Brenton, and welcome everyone to what is going to be an exciting 24 laps here around Zandvoort. It's a difficult track. We've run DTM and F1 in the past, but tonight it is hosted the V8 Supercars.
Yeah, and it should be a really interesting race. The track temperature is quite favourable for the guys. It's probably the coolest I've seen this week in practice. Track temperature down to 24 degrees, mostly cloudy, so expect the times to be very, very favourable. The lovely Zandvoort track, we talked about it. It's a track you either love or hate. There's no meh, it's alright. Personally, I think it's a great track for the V8s. Plenty of passing opportunities here. There's 13 turns on this wonderful 4.3 kilometre track. And we've got a couple of big names have returned. Madison Down has come back with us, and Aaron Hamilton. We haven't seen Aaron for a while either. And Mika Estuas, who is doing extremely well in the V8 European Championship. But I'm not sure they got a race in. So this being the first race after Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a great Christmas. But down to the racing, we've got 24 laps in front of us, no pit stops required, and starting off with about 80 litres.
Yeah, it's going to be a short little quick sprint in a way, no pit stop. It's qualifying at the moment, the 2-lap qualifying session that they have all by themselves. It's at the moment, Krakennel is on front row provisional pole with a 37.6, a 10th in front of Madison Down.
Yeah, well, Kane has just improved steadily, hasn't he, now that he's with the ANZ team, also with Mitchell Seac. So great to see those two doing consistently well. Also, Josh Rogers with TTL is up there as well in third place. Ethan Rickgold hasn't done much driving this week at all. STC have been very limited what they can do this week. And Matty Stratford has found his way into the top 6 as well. I haven't seen his name up there for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, some big names coming back who have been absent from the official series for a while. It's good to see them come here, and a very strong field again, 23 starters, so big field, especially around here. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it will be interesting, and like you said, it's good to have some names back, and obviously Madison is pretty much on top of those. And just talk about on top, he was on provisional pole for not very long at all, but Josh Rogers has now taken that pole position, and Ethan Griggault has gone to second. So I reckon as it stands now, Josh Rogers will hold that pole position 6/100ths of a second in front of 3-time champion now Ethan Griggault, if you don't mind. In second place, Madison Down into third position, Kane Kugelmeyer, who had pole originally, down into fourth. Mitchell Seac, teammate, is in fifth. Still some cars about to finish their laps. And Mick Hammond, he'll be wrapped with that in 6th place. Jake Burton, we can talk about later on, in 7th at the moment. So still some cars doing some laps, but not long to go.
Yeah, Burton and Hammond jumped into 6th and 7th at the last moment of that quali session, which was a great job from both of them. That's good to see. A couple of cars just finishing off their laps now. I think one car, Mario Vlasic, hasn't completed a lap as of yet, so we'll see whether he's going to be on it. He's not on a lap, so he will be the only car not to have done a lap.
Yeah, so this new qualifying is really catching a few guys out. But it's pretty quick these days, just the 2 laps by yourself. No longer do we have those 12 minutes and try and get as many laps in as possible. These days it's all flying solo, and I reckon that's a lot for what is the end of qualifying here for race 2.
Yeah, Ian Thor just at the minute goes up into P6 at the dying moments. We've got Matt Morris as well.
Matt Morris as well. Yes, that's the thing, you get called out, but you can't see the cars on the track straight away. But Matty Morris here did he's done a fairly good job. I don't think he's not on a quick lap. So that is the end of qualifying, and call it as you see it.
Yeah, it's a great pole position here for Josh Rogers by 600ths of a second over Ethan Griggault in P2. P3 is Madison Down ahead of Kane Kugelmeyer in P4. Mitchell Seac and Ian Ford take out row 3. Row 4, you got Michael Hammond and Jake Burton, with Michael Krakennel and Manny Stratford on row 5. Jeremiah Morton and Matt Morris on 11 and 12, with Michael Healy and Corey Preston on row 7. Richard Atwood, Kurt Stenberg on row 8, with Mark D. Anderson and Matt Jones on row 9. Row 10, Ross Rizzo and Wayne Kendall. Aaron Hamilton and Mika Isu, I'm going to mess that up, in 21st and 22, and the only person not to qualify put a lap down is Mario Vlasic in P23.
Yeah, so 23 starters, a strong field as we talked about, and good to see a TTL car back up on pole position. I'd say Richard Hampstead would have been the last one going back a while, so it's great to see the Pagnian colours up front again. And the interesting battle here is Ethan Grigor, again, hasn't had much running at all. I think he ran the earlier race, so actually pretty sure he didn't, had a decent size win there. But I know the STC boys have had a good little Christmas break, and no doubt they'll be hooking back into their work as time goes on. Madison Down, probably in the same boat, to be honest with you, hasn't had much time in the V8, has probably been busy doing other things, so great to see Madison on his return as well.
Yeah, it's going to be good as the revs will start to build soon. Top 4, I think, will be a good battle up front.
Yeah, watch out. Now, don't give away Mitchell Seac either, and Ian Ford. He'll just get quicker every lap. He's been, Aaron Hamilton's actually disconnected already from 21st, so that's a shame. These Europeans, we've got 2 Europeans in tonight, so it struggles to work. But Ian Ford's done such a good job with the Formula 1s of late, so the revs are certainly building here for round 2. And away. And Ethan didn't get a good start at all. Very scrappy off the line there. Rogers straight into the defensive mode, holding in a tight line. Ethan's going to be dragged down badly here. So Ethan's gone from 2nd down to 4th, and that's going to look worse. Ethan Ford's got on the inside there. Up at the front, though, Madison Down and Josh Rogers look like they're pretty clear away. Ethan Grigor, superb effort there, going from 4th to 2nd. Sorry, 4th to 3rd. Is he going to be able to hang on around the outside there? We'll get some good drive. Doesn't look like he's going to get the job done. 2 by 2 here, if you don't mind. This is with Kane Kugelmeyer, and I don't think either of them are going to back out here. Ethan Grigor gets the job done. Up into 3rd. Fantastic racing.
Good, clean start. Very aggressive start from a number of people there, from especially Ian Ford. That was a great start. Tried to force the nose in there. It's all sideways.
Ooh. Yeah, so Mitchell Seac that was, and Mick Cracknell. So Seac certainly put himself out of position here, and there's also another car getting inside. That's Jake Burton on the inside there. So Burton up a few, and also watch out for Corey Preston here on Mitch Seac as well. So Mitch is falling through the field quite badly at the moment. Just hasn't got any rhythm, hasn't got his groove up yet, and another position drop by him. So Mitch is dropping badly from 5th on the grid, and now he's got Matty Morris lining him up as well. So just expect some fireworks there. I think Aaron Hamilton was able to make it back, and there goes Mitch.
Well, yeah,
so Mitch has put it into a wall.
Yeah, just got loose. Don't know whether he got a helping hand there, but got loose coming out of the S corner and in the inside fence. That he's very unlucky after a strong qualifying there.
Yeah, it was a strong qualifying. He's still in the race, mind you, but obviously down a heap of positions. When I go back up the front here, let's have a bit of a test here for young Rogers. I said last season that Josh Rogers was the most improved driver in the V8 Supercars. I stick by that. He did a wonderful job. Right now, he has pretty much the ultimate test behind him in Madison Down. Didn't win the Premier Series. That went to Jared Fieldsill. Madison certainly put his hand up all the way through. It really wasn't until the last race, almost the last stint of the last race, that Jared was able to take the V8 Premier Series. So congratulations to Jared for that, and also Jared's strong race last week. But this is right now a big test for Josh Rogers. It'll be worth watching to see how he keeps calm here. This is his little thing. He might get a bit rattled with Madison, and there's already going to be a move here. So
yeah,
wide, Madison through. Yeah, that's just inexperience by Josh, and it's the type of thing that you could expect. But gee, kudos to him. He got himself on pole position to start with. Nothing slouchy about that. I tell you what though, Ethan Grigor will want to get straight past here Josh Rogers as well. I'm not going to say that Josh is going to hold him up, but I reckon Ethan will probably, I'd say the TTL guys would agree that I'd say Ethan would be stronger over a race lap. over a race distance, but this is a great start by Josh. Got the pole position, led the first lap. He's still right there, but he's got a championship. Now, don't quote me here, Madison. Sorry if I'm wrong. 9 times champion in this series.
Something
in
like
front
that.
of him. Some stupidly high number, showing how talented the lad really is. And a 3-time triple back-to-back champion right behind him, putting pressure on. And just those late lockups going to turn 1, Tarzan there. That's the little signs that Ethan Grigol will be looking at.
Yeah, they're the ones who will give Ethan a little bit of a sniff, especially on Rogers. If Rogers runs a bit wide through Hugenholtz, it's a tough corner, that one, but he's got it going. I thought it would have been good for Josh to stick behind, actually, Madison Down, to just follow him a little bit, maybe calm the nerves, but especially with Ethan Grigol straight back on the rear bumper, it adds a bit more pressure.
Yeah, I think if anything, you could probably accuse Josh of overdriving, trying too hard at the moment. Yeah, he's got a bit of talent, this lad, and TTL recognised that pretty quickly, and did the right thing, picked him up, and he will go from strength to strength. But like I said, this is his test. This is his first big test, I believe. Just doesn't want to overdrive the car. Keep it all simple. Do what he does best, and that's drive fast and clean.
Yeah, if he can continue to do that, he will be back onto the rear end of Madison Down, and it'll be on again, and he might even drag Ethan Grigol with him. So it's going to be good to watch, and still 20 odd laps to go, so still got a long way to go.
Yeah, that's right. I'm back in the field here. Mick Hammond would be stoked with where he is at the moment. He's up into 6th place after what was a good qualifying in 7th, so he's actually made small progression in front of Mick Krakennel, who has done a pretty good job this season. Actually, probably the latter part of last season, and certainly race 1 of this season. A bit jumpy there with Mick's connection, unfortunately. But there's a good effort there in 6th and 7th place. We've got Jake Burton in a unusual livery. I'm not sure what car that is. Whether he's in his own team or not, I don't know. And also Mika Asuis, we'll go back to him. He's in position 15. Mika, as we said, does the Euro V8s, and he's got Mitchell Seac with him. So Mitchell's still falling down here, as we've made that ground there a little bit, but overall is down. And behind him, Jeremiah Morton in the Simulate IT car, or Simulate IT. Sorry, Jeremiah, I know you'll send me a PM for that later on, got that wrong. But Jeremiah didn't have much luck in the early race either. But again, this is a team that's improving week in, week out.
Just back up to the front, Brenton, as Ethan has actually got around Josh Rogers for P2, so he's made that one stick, and he is up into P2 now, chasing down Madison Down.
Well, this will be interesting. We haven't seen Madison and Ethan on the same bit of track since Circuit of the Americas last year in an official race. Oh yeah, the guys. I don't know whether Ethan did Bathurst or not. I'm not sure. Or Phillip Island. Don't know. But certainly these guys were neck and neck all the way through what was a fairly long race at Circuit of the Americas, where Madison took that race by less than a second. Ethan just could not find an avenue past. So just interested here, see what the time is across the strike here, as Madison finishes up lap 4 now onto lap 5, a 37.698. Now the gap is 1.516. Remember that, 1.156 at the start of lap 5. Let's just see what kind of pressure Ethan Grigol can put on Madison, if he can put any at all.
Yeah, this is where he's now in clean air. He's got past Josh. He should be able to start bringing that time down if he can, and see what he can do. But he's still, tyres are starting to get the heat into it, because it is a very cold track, so 24 degrees. So that's just going to change it up a bit.
Yeah, I reckon those tire pressures have dropped dramatically. I said certainly the coldest that I've seen for the week. I haven't done much running. Corey Preston, in the meantime, is all over the back of Jake Burton here. This is for positions 8 and 9. Haven't seen much of Corey at all during this little bit of a break, and good luck to him. That's what it's all about. And Corey's going to have a bit of a move here on Jake. This could end a bit messy, because you've got a very, very eager Matt Morris behind.
Yeah, Morris stuck, got
Morris
it done.
Did a really good job there. No, that's really good by Matt Morris.
That was good.
No, made the most of that. And Corey was looking at passing Jake, and in the meantime, Matt's cashed in there. And I'd be keeping our eyes here on the car 13 and the car 10. These guys run fairly hard, shall we say. And also Mick Healy, forgot to mention that he's racing. It looks like he's got a different skin on top, Milwaukee skin for the TTR. So great to have him back in the race as well. Actually, didn't see where Mick qualified 13th, so he'd be probably a bit down on that. Corey very loose on exit, and that's going to put him under attack from Mick Healy. So as
Rogers
they go
is
into
off
this,
turn 1
Rogers
of Tarzan. He is off in the dirt, and he has parked it. Unsure as to what has happened there. Unfortunate for Josh.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look at that replay there, and I think really he's just outbraked himself. So as he goes into turn 1, Tarzan, the rears have come.
Blew the motor as well.
Yeah, so he's. Yeah, that's what we're saying. He's probably outdriven himself there. Probably trying too hard. You can never accuse a young fella of trying too hard, but he didn't drive the normal way he did. And no doubt the guys at TTL, they'll get in his ear and they'll have a nice chat with him. And I'm sure it won't be anything harsh because he did a bloody good job. Got the car on pole position, was holding third, and like I said, driver error there. He'll know that. And I think at the end of the day, he can still walk away pretty happy with what he's done. Yeah,
did a great job as Matt Morris just put the pass on Burton then. He's going to have Burton hanging it tough through corners onto Nam. They're coming down into the... Oh. He's still there. He's still holding it tough, Burton, there, down into the S corner. I think he's got it done. Yes, he does. Matt Morris, good driving there. Burton runs a bit wide into the S corner, but he's got it done.
Okay, just got to clear something up. Rich Ham said thanks for that information. Looks like young Rogers' gear shift has been doubling down, so that's obviously a problem, with a hardware problem for him. Hopefully he will get that fixed for next week's race. So unlucky there, but like I said, I think at the end of the day he could still walk away pretty happy with his week's work.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate of it to happen, as Corey Preston is now back on the back with a little bump from Healy into Tarzan corner. They're all just, this battle pack is going to rage on. It's got a lot of strong drivers here.
Yeah, Corey's
Preston
looking he's put it on the wall. He's
just got it.
Not sure there's going to be too much damage there though. It was into the tyre barrier there. It was very light. But that's given Mick Healy a chance. Is he going to make it through? I remember there was some 3-wide action there last night. And Mick's out of position here. So Mick lost all of that drive. Actually had to get off the power. And Corey was able to stay on, as was Mitchell Seac. Oh, that's Rich Atwood. Sorry, Rich. Yeah, so I've got to get used to Rich being Simworks car there. That's sort of the Mad Cow guy. So great to have Rich week in, week out. This guy always is here and does a fantastic job. And again, is someone who, with the strength of the ANZ team behind him, will get stronger. So, but this is a great little battle here. Surprised Corey didn't get more damage than what he got there. Lucky he didn't get any steering damage. And Mick Healy was probably a bit cautious there. I reckon Mick could have gone harder if he wanted to, full position, but at the moment he's kept that car clean, and he'll get on and fight another day.
Yeah, he was lucky to get away with it. It was that tyre warning outside collide if he hit it hard enough, so he's got away with it. Just going to keep going. It didn't lose as much ground as he thought he would have. Now you got Kurt Stenberg as well now behind Atwood, so that's going to be good to watch. As behind him, it looks like that is Seac making the move on Matt Jones.
On Matty Jones.
That is up another position, up into P13.
Yeah, so Mitch is recovering after a pretty ordinary opening lap, but he was just caught out of position there, and no doubt he will continue to fight his way up the field. Like you said, you've got Stenberg and Atwood in front of them, and then that little bit of a gap between them and Healy. I love this part of the track here. I wouldn't mind going on board later on. We might even jump on board a lap with Mick Healy. Not this lap, Mr. Director Hugo Louise, but probably next lap, because like I said, this is a track I reckon is so good on the V8. So I said, you either love it or hate it. And I'm not getting into a long debate there, but this track has so many passing opportunities.
Yeah, it's a different flowing racetrack as well. A lot of rises and falls and corners with a lot of camber in them as well. So just those little bit of changes up makes it definitely an interesting for a V8 supercar with the massive amount of weight, a lot of horsepower, no grip. So it's good to have this sort of a track in the series.
Yeah, it is, and after we've had some last week's race. Let's face it, was reasonably snoozy, shall we say, with so many damage going out. But as the guys go around the last turn here, we're going to jump on board the car number 9 with Mick Healy in the Milwaukee TTR car, and we'll go through this lap here. So we've got the 6-boost car of Corey Preston in front of us here. We're up to 260 k's here. Turn 1 down into second gear here. Just nice and easy on the pedal there. Don't want to get too much wheel spin here. Up to second, third. Little dab to fourth, then back down to third. You can hold third here, rolling out of it. Little punch down to second here. Just let the car fly around. Also Stenberg in front. Burton in front. Looks like he's lost a bit of ground in front of the Corey Preston, but loving the car here. Just get on the power, a little bit of a float here, and then hard on the power here. Take those curbs on the right hand side here. Down to fourth, touch to third if you want, just to get that bit of a turn in. Love this part of the track. Get on the power here, fourth. Don't need to touch fifth, we can go down to third here. It's a lot faster there. Geez, Mick Healy really hits that part really hard. Down to second here, very technical part of the track. Very, very easy to generate too much wheel spin just there and lose it on the right. You've got Corey Preston having another look at Jake Burton in front in the meantime. Second gear here, short shift to third, up into fourth. Now we've got the chicane up here. Very, very easy with this downhill section. The car's just a little bit off balance, a bit easy to go deep on the brakes here. We can take a lot of that curb on the right. Use the little apex here and the gradient there on the left to get that car punched out. Up into fourth, holding fourth, down into third. This corner here reminds me so much of the last corner of Phillip Island, just going a different direction. Third, fourth, holding fourth, gliding it around fourth, getting hard on the gas now in fourth gear. Not a bad lap by Mick, a bit of drama up here in front of him. Fifth, and we'll get to sixth gear again. A 38.934 for what was lap 10 for Mick Healy.
Yeah, good on board as Corey Preston straight on the attack of Burton, making small work, but Burton's going to hang it tough. Oh, moves over there. Oh, there was sideways from Preston there. Coming down into this corner, this nice bank turn 3 here. Now, Burton holds tough, so that's going to actually bring Healy into this battle.
Yeah, Will and Jake here, geez, harsh on the defence there, nothing wrong with that. I don't think Corey's going to put up with this, and he hasn't. That's gone for Jake. It's generally pretty heavy damage there. So not sure what's happened there. I think whether Corey might have assisted Jake there a little bit to give that a tag. We'll get a replay of that, as I reckon it was aided here. So just keep an eye on the front of the car 10. Not sure if it was assisted. Jake, yeah, he did. Jake just tagged the inside curb car a little bit off balance, and Corey's just done an ever so light tag there onto the back of Jake's car, causing Jake to go into the fence back live now with them. And yeah, Jake's looking like he's off pace at the moment. Mitchell Seac has gone through as well, as has Stenberg and Atwood. So drama's there, but what that's done is Mick Healy now is lining up to see what he can do, and Corey's got a little bit of damage to the front end there all of a sudden. So yeah, very consistent with what we thought's happened.
Yeah, the damage I think is enough for Burton as he comes into the pits as of now, so he is in the pits. Wonder whether he'll retire or maybe try and fix the car and go back out.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a point in fixing a lap 11 of 24. Now, up at the front in the meantime, we don't need to go there. Just, the gap was 1.5 seconds on lap 4, I think it was, and it's now just for 2 seconds, so Madison's only been able to stretch that lead out by half a second, so, it's still geez, you'd rather be half a second up than half a second down, but that lead's now 2 seconds.
Yeah, that lead is definitely just hovering around that 1.5 to 2 second mark as it has been. As Healy has lost a bit of ground this lap to Corey Preston, as Stenberg is still ever close to Richard Atwood behind him, as Seac is starting to close in on him as well.
Yeah, well, that's who I got my eyes on, Mitch Seac, and as long as that car's running clean, and I think the two ANZ guys, was it last night? Was it Atwood and Kukamaya actually had a bit of contact there? Might have been a bit of net code, but certainly ruined both of their day, and not looking forward to seeing if that happens again. But Mitch Seac certainly, out of these 5 cars, probably the quickest at the moment, I'd say. Corey's certainly looking like he's holding these guys up ever so slightly. Certainly not putting in anything too scrappy. He's in 8th position, last lap of a 1 minute 40.5. So consistent laps there by Corey, but as you can see with that front end damage, I'm not sure that's going to make any difference, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the damage was ever so light to the back of Burton there, so it shouldn't be as bad as what it would have been. But he's still going on his Healy very late on the brakes into Tarzan corner, but nearly tagged the back, but they still keep going. A little bit of a gap made up there by Preston.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a battle here with Jeremiah Morton and Mario Vlasic as well. This is back into 13th place, so Jeremiah pretty harsh on the brakes there with Mario. Mario was just on the outside at turn 1 Tarzan there. I think Mario's got the quicker car here, and geez, I wish someone would make Mario a skin up. that blue car's getting more and more boring every week. Jake, there you go, you make skins. Get that man a skin.
I can do that.
Yeah, but in the meantime, it's I think Mario, this is a guy who started last and has progressed his way through the field pretty well.
Yeah, he's making that little bit of ground up, especially it would have been a bit hard pack trying to get through all the back markers technically in the field, as it's a big field of 23 cars, just working your way through. It's just a tough field, it's not going to be easy, so he's still making a lot of ground, he hasn't lost a lot of touch. If you can get past Jeremiah Morton here, he can start working his way up to the big battle pack in front of him, so that'll be interesting. This battle pack has definitely started to calm down, but bunched up as well. So Corey Preston's got a bit of a gap to Healy now, as definitely Mitchell Seac is the quicker out of the bunch. He was a second quicker on that last lap to catch them all, so he's definitely going much faster at the moment. All good. We move back up. Oh, we've got a battle here between Hammond.
Yeah, Mick Krakennel's actually got himself past Mick Hammond and Mick Krakennel. So Crackers has done a clean job there. Let's see that he's got some damage to the front of his car. The front bonnet's actually missing there. So not sure what's happened there, whether he's been in drama with Mick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right,
Hammond's
so
got some rear damage.
Yeah, the front of Mick's car is damaged. The rear of Hammond's car is damaged. Didn't hear any chat about it. Didn't see an incident. Matt Morris, in the meantime, is improving and making ground on both of these guys. Last lap time was a 1:38.8 for Crackers, not down on what he's used to. So whatever drama there was certainly can't be too significant, but certainly position change there. And these guys have got Ian Ford in front of them. So I reckon that Crackers put a bit of time in the V8s this week. Ian Ford has put absolutely 0 in. So I wouldn't be surprised if Crackers makes ground on Ford pretty quickly.
Yeah, especially Matt Morris has started to come down, so I think this is going to liven up very shortly, especially with the time starting to come down. A little bit of damage, I don't think will be hurting Crackers that much, especially with the times that he's still been running. So that'll be good to see, and especially with Micah Hammond still running a very strong race in P6, he hasn't lost much ground to the leaders at all.
No, but I think Matty Morris and Mick Hammond have got a little bit of history there, so expect some form of fireworks there, as Hammond goes very deep under brakes there into Mick Krakennel. Certainly no position change there, but Mick's car doesn't look like it's impeded in any way. But just watch out. Mick Hammond's last at 39.5, 38.7 for Morris, 8/10 of a second gain there. He'll be right on him by the end of the season.
Yeah, he will be, he definitely will be. But back in that battle pack that we had, the 8th to 12th, that's Mitchell Seac has gotten around Kurt Stenberg, so he's made up another spot as he starts to move through this pack.
Yeah, and to his teammate next, Rich Atwood. I'm not sure Rich will make life too difficult for him. I think Mitch has probably got his pace. That Simworks car looks absolutely mint. They've done a really good job with that skin, I reckon, and it does stand out. So interested to see what happens with Rich Atwood here, whether he lets his teammates through. I probably doubt he will let him through, but I don't think he'll fight too hard. And there's a crash in front. I reckon Healy's tagged the back of Corey. So we'll have a look at that, and I'm pretty sure that as Corey's come around... Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
got
tell you
him.
what, is it netcode though? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a net code here.
But yeah, with the European servers, it wouldn't surprise us if there was a bit of netcode there.
Netcode, no doubt at all. We keep asking iRacing, they can fix it, and it does take the shine off the racing. There could be no doubt about that. So Corey, the unfortunate victim there of an error there. So back live now, and what that has done is freed Healy up, also Atwood and Mitchell Seac. So looking forward to seeing what lap times they can produce as they enter lap 15.
Yeah, they've now got the clear air as we move back up to Matt Morris, is definitely closing on Michael Hammond and Michael Krakennel as well. And I think they are slowly closing in on 40 as well in front of them. So that's definitely going to start to tighten up.
Yeah, well, a 39.3 for Ford last lap compared to the 39.1, 0.2 of a second gain there. But Mick Hammond certainly hasn't gone away. I'll tell you what, he's done, considering Mick does a lot of the bigger cars, the GT1s and the like, he's done a pretty good job stepping into the to the V8s week in, week out. And again, this is a guy who seems to be improving. I think he'd be the first to say he gets a little bit hot under the collar sometimes with the way he races, but overall I think once he's got his head together and he can get his setup right, and he obviously loves this track, he's doing a really good job. But I'll tell you what, Matt Morris behind him's not going anywhere either. Now, don't be fooled, there's two guys here sponsored by Simulate It. I don't think that they're running as a team, so there could be some fireworks there.
Yeah, that could liven up pretty quickly, especially running the same spots. You don't want that to happen, but it could happen, especially with previous races. But it's onto this one. Matt Morris runs a bit wide there out of Kumo, so that's lost all that ground he made up the last lap. He's going to have to do it all over again, but he's definitely got the pace to do it.
Yeah, and that's going to affect his obviously straight line speed for the rest of this lap as well. So 39.3 for Morris last lap, obviously affected badly there. Mick Hammond still putting the pressure on Mick Krakennel in front though. Mick Krakennel, he said it himself, ever since he's gone to triple screens, it's made him that much of a better driver, and he just looks like he's in control. We saw young Josh Rogers, we know he had a couple of double downshifts which caused him problems, but he looked like he was locking up brakes here, driving not to how Josh does. Well, Crackers has been doing this for quite a while, and he will just drive his normal race, and he'll make Mick Hammond work around him somehow.
Yeah, he's definitely going to make Hammond work for that spot. He's not just going to pull over and let him by, and he's definitely got the capabilities to hold him off, so that'll keep going. And Matt Morris is he's starting to catch him back up again, but out in front, just a little bit of an update. It's only 2.1 second gap now between Madison Down and Ethan Grigott, so that hasn't changed a bit. No,
so both those guys at the front working off each other pretty well there, and they're 11, 8, 12 seconds ahead of third place Kane at Kugamaya, who's done a really good job. We haven't talked about Kane much at all from fourth in the grid, worked himself up into third, obviously with the demise of young Rogers. Ian Ford, we talked about from sixth on the grid, had a really good start, up into fourth. And I'm going to give a bit of a shout out, and people can say, it's an iRacing. No, it's not, but Ian Ford this week, actually over the last few weeks, has been doing a lot of work on Formula One setups, and his work last month got Riley Preston a win in the main strength of field Formula One race. So he's spending. Look at Mick Hammond in Matt Morris in the meantime.
Yep, Michael Hammond and Matt Morris. Michael Hammond made a bit of a mistake out of the S corner. Very defensive there into Tarzan as Matt Morris looks to go around the outside, but pulls back in line. This has given Crackers a bit of a gap.
Yeah, so Crackers won't be looking in his mirror anymore. 38.8 last lap for Crackers. So let's just see if he could probably cash in here. He's got his first clean lap, we should say, that he's had for a while. A little bit of damage to the front of that car that we spoke about earlier. But also, we can just see if Mick Hammond can make ground on Crackers pretty quickly here. See which is the faster of the two cars here. But like I said, I keep talking about how impressed I am with Mick Hammond. Matt Morris is not going to go away though. And don't be surprised if there's some fireworks here.
Yeah, it's definitely on as they come into Masters through that corner where the big curve as they both jump it, but it's definitely on. Matt Morris is definitely having a look. The car is a bit squirrely as he's trying to put the power down to get around him. He's having a look down the inside, thought better of it, and just going to stick back in. But Michael Hammond went a bit wide, so he's going to have Matt Morris is going to have the better run down the straight into the S corner.
Yeah, so this is coming up to end of lap 17 now. What's a 24 lap race? No pit stops needed. Only the 80 litres required on board, so Strategy's out the window. It's just race hard from here to the finish. So, but Morris just looks racy, doesn't he? Look, he just looks that much faster. But hats off to him. It's been pretty clean up until that part. Then I don't think there was any touch. I think that was just a simple case of Hammond getting on the power too early there. And Morris is definitely away now. So promotion for Morris. Got himself up into 6th position from 12th in the grid, if you don't mind. So well done to him so far. Let's just see if he can make ground on Crackers and start putting some pressure on what could be 5th position.
Yeah, it's that little bit of pressure to Michael Hammond there, getting on the power a bit early, and that's how it happens. It's easy to do, it has been done before, so definitely releases Matt Morris. He had the quicker car behind Hammond, so can he catch Crackers in late stages and get that top 5?
Well, it's still just the 7 laps to go, so anything could happen. Tyres don't seem to be that much of a problem, certainly with track temperature of 24 degrees. And Crackers there, looks like he's made a bit of a mistake there, so ground's going to be made there by Matty Morris. I think Crackers just went that little bit deep under brakes. So Morris already making some ground. There at the end of last lap it was 1.4 seconds. That's certainly not 1.4 seconds right now.
No, it's definitely not. As you move back a little bit to Michael Healy and the 2 ANZ cars of Atwood and Seac, they are just slowly chipping away at each other. It's very fast and on here. They're just not giving each other an inch and just racing very closely. But we move back up. Morris is definitely not 1.4 seconds behind him at the moment, behind Crackers.
Oh, we've got a car off. Mark Anderson. Mark Anderson has absolutely destroyed himself. This is... what's he done there? Just have a look. He's playing in the sandpit a little bit. Oh, I reckon he's done some damage before that because that car is not running as it should. Yeah, no, he's already got some damage. I'm sure that steering is all over the shop. So missed out on what he saw originally, but certainly Mark Anderson, who was running up into 17th place, his day is definitely cooked, which is a shame for him because he's had the chance to get some miles under his belt.
Yeah, he just had a little bit of damage there coming out of Hugenholtz and got into the inside wall. But as we move back forward, Atwood and Seac are on here. Even though they're teammates, I don't think Atwood's just going to let him by. He might definitely team orders to get past Healy, but it looks like they're giving each other a good battle.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be team orders. I really don't. And a bit of a problem if at round 2 there would be in the official series. So I think it's on here. I think if Mitch gets a decent look, I don't think Rich will resist too much. But certainly Mitch looks certainly faster, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a move done right here.
Oh, he had
No, Mitch got out of that.
Definitely had a look though. He's putting him on his edge.
So the 2 ANZ...
You go.
No. So the 2 ANZ guys are battling away, but also there's another interteam battle right here with Ross Rizzo and Matty Stratford. This is for position 15 and 16. So the Plus Fitness cars here looking at a real min here. Matty Stratford, I'm not sure what team he's in these days. It looks like he's in this team this week. It does look like he's changed again. I'm not going to be able to keep up with it. Although this time he's got his name on the back of this wing, so I'm going to lock this in. So he's now gone with this team, the Plus Fitness team. But this is a good battle here and some good media time for the Plus Fitness as well. So the HRS team here doing a good job week in, week out. I think Sean Thompson runs these guys and does a pretty good job there. But as these guys come up to the end of lap 19, Matty Stratford was looking real smuck in qualifying there for a while in the top 10. Dropped himself down early, unfortunately. And they've also got Matt Jones, I think it is, behind, who's making a small recovery. I think Jonesy hasn't done a lot of track time this week, and it's certainly showing. Normally, obviously, he's a lot higher than this. But yeah, these two guys look like they're ready to have a go.
Oh, as he had a look down into Hugenholtz, a little bit of a bump there. Could have been netcode, don't know, but he backed out of it.
Yeah, he did get out of that.
Got out of it a lot, and there's that his teammate Ross Rizzo just skip away a little bit. So I think that was a bit of a, I'm sorry, I'll back out and we can go again.
Yeah, I reckon that was more of a all bets are off type tag, and I think that might calm down a little bit in the front in the meantime. Yeah. This is how good Madison Down is. his last 3 laps, 38.268, 38.279, 38.263. That boy runs like a clock, and some super consistent lap times there. Might not be fast enough at the moment because behind him, Ethan Greg-Gault has just put in a 37.9, so a 0.3 of a second gain last lap. I would say Madison's probably in control at the moment, but bit of a drama here too, sorry, with Crackers and Morris.
Just ran a little bit late on the brakes into Tarzan, looked to the outside there, so he didn't hit the back of Crackers, but it is back on. He did catch him, still got a couple of laps to go, 3 to 4. A little bit of a bump through Hugenholtz as well. He did a little bump and run, but stayed in behind him.
This has got the potential to get messy here, and I'm not sure it's going to be all driver fault. The net code seems to be fairly high tonight for some reason, and I think there's been a bit of an incident with Jeremiah and Mario Vlasic behind as well. But the battle that Crackers and Morris has got going here is all very favourable for the car in front, Ian Ford. But also behind, Mick Hammond is probably slowly going to start making some ground on these guys. Unfortunate incident there. Morris in trouble. He should save that, and does, but that's going to back him right out of it.
Yeah, he's definitely lost a lot of ground there to Michael Krakennel, so I don't think he'll have enough time to make that gap back up now, which is unfortunate because that would look like it was going to be a bit of an interesting battle.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting battle, and it's just been all non-stop action here, hasn't it? And Atwood and Seac still going hard at it for what is the final positions in the top 10, 9th and 10th, and Mitch will be ruining that lap 1. He just got offline, and the other guys cashed in and certainly didn't make life any easier for him, and they were able to stick their nose in there and really put him down. And he made that mistake on lap 1 as well, that put him down, I think, as far down as 17th. So for him to promote himself up into the top 10 now at the start of lap 22 is good work.
Yeah, he's had an excellent drive after that, excellent recovery drive after the mistake into lap 1, so it's a good result still going to come out of it. It might not have been the result he would have been looking for, but it's still a good drive.
Probably should give some airtime to our leader, Madison Down, the Ultimate Karting Sydney car. He always looks mint, this car, doesn't he? He drives it so clean and so consistently, and a 38 flat last time is 2 seconds faster than Ethan. So Ethan's obviously made a mistake there, a 40 flat for him, so that would probably be the end of that as well. That's off pace for Ethan, so we're thinking he might have outbraked himself somewhere. Like I said, Kane Kugelmeyer as well, haven't given him enough credit so far. The car number 8 has looking exceptionally clean as well. I don't think he's even hit a bug, because he's got himself up into what is a very, very well deserved 3rd place.
Yeah, he's showing a good race there, but as we move back, we're just Ross Rizzo and Matty Stratford, they are on again, the teammates, so hopefully Stratty doesn't hit him again. A little bit of a mistake that happened down in Hugenholtz, but he's definitely just going to have another little look, but nothing's there, a bit too far back at the moment.
Yeah, well, the difference here is they've got Matty Jones coming on board too, so whether Stratty's going to play wingman here and just back Jones up a little bit, make sure that Rizzo gets home what would be a very safe 15th place. Not sure that that's how it's going to work out here, but Jones has certainly made some severe grounds over the last few laps, and with this being coming up to the end of lap 22, so 2 laps to go for these guys. This last lap of Australia, 39.4, and Matty Jones actually just down a little bit, but certainly looking the faster of the 3 at the moment in the Jones car.
Yeah, Jones has definitely caught the back of these 2 as they split a bit down the front straight after that lap. But it's another battle going back on is between Richard Atwood and Mitchell Seac again. So they've tightened up again as they always do. A little bit of a mistake there coming down his Shivlak, but it's going to tighten up not long now. 2 laps to go, so the pressure's on.
Yeah, it is. So they've got, like I said, they've got a pair of 2s here. The 2 teammates, the ANZ and also the HRS team here, and Stratty's not letting Rizzo go here, certainly hasn't backed off, and let's go through this section here very quick there. Stratty very wide, that'll give Jones that opportunity to get back to these guys here as they exit here. This is that fast little section here, you can stay in 3rd gear around where they are now, And this is where great overtaking part is here. You can go a lot deeper under brakes into 2. Stratford's done that. Now watch for Jones here. Watch for Jones. So at the moment, Rizzo's a little bit flustered. I wouldn't be surprised. Matty Jones, this is where you really want to stick your nose in now. Not necessarily pass, just to make sure that Rizzo's looking in his mirror.
Yeah, this is where you want to just...
Jones is going to lose that. He's not getting that back.
It. Under brakes into the S corner. Lost a position to Wayne Kendall, but regathers it without hitting anything or anyone, so it was good recovery. But Ross Rizzo now lucky to escape that, but straight back onto the back of Stratford as we go to a replay.
Yeah, well, you can just see the back of the cars come around, and congratulations to me. He's made a driving mistake, but he's done it because he's having a go. He wasn't just going to sit back there. But in the meantime, we're going to go back live with our leader, Madison Down. He's carrying the car number 1 plate for good reason. This guy is all class in the TTR car, and it's great to see him back racing the official series. We're not going to see him that many times, we know that, but whilst he's here, we should certainly take the time to enjoy the fact that he's coming out here to go, and he will go on. And what's been, he had to work for this. He didn't get pole position, and was lucky enough to get through, but as Madison Downs exits the last turn last time, lap 24, he wins round 2 of the iRacing official V8 Supercar Championship, brought to you by RaceSpot TV. A good win there, just the 3.9 seconds up on Ethan Grigdalt, who will be very happy to bag those points. And back in 3rd place, Kane Kuggemeyer. Congratulations to him, get himself on the podium. Ian Ford, we spoke a little bit, like I said, doesn't do pretty much any V8 stuff at all now, so anything he does is a bonus, and he gets himself a well-earned 4th place. Mick Cracknell and Matt Morris finished as is in 5th and 6th. Mick Hammond, I still think he'll be pretty happy with that 7th. That battle with Healy and Atwood and Seac went all the way to the end, and Kurt Stenberg, Corey Preston. Not sure what happened there at the end, as Corey for some reason has absolutely put it into the bin, so
in the inside wall,
pretty keen to sacrifice a bit of safety rating there because all the cars have finished the race, so I'm not sure what's happened there.
As Stratford let Ross Rizzo back at the end on the line, so definitely give him that spot back, as behind them Wayne Kendall and Matt Jones definitely gave it a go, finish home in 18th.
No, but a good race, an entertaining race, no doubt at all. So, like we said, congratulations to Madison Down and Ethan Grigor and Kane Kuggemeyer for those podium positions. Jake, shoot us through those positions. We pretty much just went through them, but if you could go through all the positions, mate, that'll be fantastic.
I can certainly do that. So, round 2 at Circuit Zandvoort. Strong race here by Madison Down, was very hard charge from Ethan Grigalt, was always there, didn't win it easily in P2 for Ethan as well. Kane Kuggemeyer P3 to round out the podium. Ian Ford quietly home in P4. Michael Crackers in P5 with Matt Morris and Michael Hammond 6th and 7th respectively. Healy, Elwood and Seac 8, 9 and 10. Stenberg in P11 with Corey Preston after that little mistake dropped down to P12. Morton and Vlasic ended out in 13th and 14th. Ross Rizzo taking the spot in P15 in front of his teammate Stratford in 16th. Wayne Kendall 17th, 18th Matt Jones, and Mika Hishu in P19, the final of the lead lap cars. Mark D. Anderson with his sand trap experience in P20. Jake Burton in P21, Josh Rogers in P22, and Aaron Hamilton did not make the start after a drop of internet in P23.
Yeah, so a good race, and well earned by Madison. We said that, didn't have it all his own way in the early stages, and he's going to line it up there on the main straight, and well deserved. But overall, it was a pretty good race. Some good battles throughout the field, and considering it's one of those tracks which is very, very technical, there wasn't that many dramas throughout the field, to be honest with you. Obviously, with the downfall of poleman Josh Rogers due to the technical error there, or a hardware error, Jake Burton got caught up, as did Mark Anderson with his own incident there. But pretty good racing throughout.
Yeah, it was a strong race, good entertaining race as well. A lot of battles throughout, which is what you wanted. And yeah, net code once again, we had some of those issues come about, but we've got to get iRacing onto that because we can't continue to have that going on.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can tell you that I'm pretty confident they're not going to be doing anything about it, from what I understand, which is an absolute shame. We'll get on to the interview straight away and keep this moving. We've got one of the Formula One engineers of ERA, Ian Ford, is with us, 44th place tonight, 6 on the grid. Congratulations for that, mate. Tell us a bit about the race.
Thanks, guys. That was such a surprising race. I literally took every chance I could at the first corner, going 3 wide with a couple of cars, and pretty much just putting my nose where it wasn't wanted, and balanced on the curb, came out of it, didn't die, didn't kill anyone. So, I just got down into decent track position, tried keeping up with Kane there, and tried getting close enough to make a move early on. But eventually I just decided to go with just drive to actual lap time and just not make sure nothing stupid happened, and just rack up the points this week because I've done about 1 race and about 2 laps practice now, so it's pretty impressive to come home 4th in this week.
Yeah, you should be happy with that, mate. And just talking about yourself, we were trying to talk a bit while we had some time about what you're doing personally with your team. Where are you going with this? Like you said, you've only done a couple of laps in practice here, but for yourself personally, a bit of a change in focus this season. What's going on there?
Other than just trying to concentrate on uni a bit more, I've been setting up most of the cars for the team, just trying to help out where I can. We got a win last night in the broadcast race with Riley in that car, but hopefully I move forward in that series as well, and since the setup seems to be good, so hopefully the driver can get that good, and I'll put decent amount of effort into next week and see if we can bring home the first trophy at the Nürburgring.
Yeah, so I was going to talk about a brand new track for the V8 Supercars. No one's actually had the opportunity to race there before, so I could ask you your thoughts, but I'm not sure you would have even done a lap there yet.
No laps done yet in the NASCAR, whatever it is, V8. But it should produce some decent racing. Like, it's got these faster sort of corners, like the V8 absolutely loves. So hopefully it does well around there.
Yeah, so a 30-lap race next week, mate. Hopefully you had a good Christmas, and this being the last race of 2015, I'll ask each of you when you come in, what was your highlight for the V8 Supercars in 2015? Putting you on the spot, you weren't expecting that question.
Probably finishing second in every single season this year, and finishing 4th in the Premier Series, and just setting up the cars and making sure everyone has a decent car under them in every series. And like tonight, we got the split 2 win with Shauno, so that's pretty good for the team. Yeah,
so well done to Sean Evans for there. Well, 40, good job for this race, mate. Good job in 4th position, and hopefully 2016 stays strong for you, not just in the V8 but also as you progress into the F1s.
Thank you.
Also with us tonight, race winner, we're going to be a bit out of order here tonight, but Madison Down. Madison, welcome to the broadcast. Fantastic to have you back racing, mate. Second on the grid tonight. Had a bit of work to do with young Josh Rogers. Tell us a bit about the race.
Yeah, it was only something I spontaneously thought to do about an hour before the race started. So having not done really any laps all week, I just jumped on, got given a setup by Jake Burton. So big thanks to Jake for doing that. The setup was actually really good, so that helped me a lot. But tried to get my head around everything as fast as possible. Was informed just before qualifying. It's only 1 lap basically qualifying now, or 2 lap there, but yeah, the weather was very different in that race as well, so not sure how much grip we had on that qualifying lap, so that caught me out a bit. I just didn't push hard enough basically, and sure, it's a story for everyone in that session then that he can get the most out of qualifying, but definitely a bit away from me, so ended up 3rd on the grid there. Ethan made a mess of the start. That was a shocker for him, and I easily got up there to 2nd, and then I was informed after the race that Josh Rogers in the TTL car there had a double downshifting with his sequential shifter. So that basically took him out of the running. So then it was just a matter of monitoring the gap. So really good to have a run. There's always a competitive field here, and the Ultimate Karting Sydney Commodore was pretty good tonight.
And how was your Christmas, mate? You had a bit of a break, I would hope. Got away from it all. Did you have a good Chrissy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nice break. Spent a bit of time off work, friends and family, have a few drinks. So, yeah, I actually haven't done a lot of iRacing in the recent weeks. So, the last time I'd driven this car was the final round of the V8 Supercar Premier Series at Phillip Island. So, that was another reason I wanted to jump in tonight, just to try and keep my head in the game, I guess you could say. Yeah, and just try and keep the race miles up for next year.
So shake those cobwebs out. Now, 2016, big year for yourself. Promoted to a pro license. I'm not sure if that's your first time, Matt, or not, but congratulations for that. The Blondpaint Endurance Series with the TTRL, sorry, team.
Yep.
Sorry. Looking forward to that so much. 6 very good races coming up for you guys.
Yeah, a bit busier in 2016 than 2015. 2015 was just running the V8 and pretty much only the Premier Series, and in 2016 we're looking at obviously doing this Blondpaint Endurance Series with TTOR, and that'll be myself, Richard Hempstead and Dylan Sharman. So we had a very successful qualifying series, and that's the first time for all three of us that we'll have a World Championship licence in whatever discipline. So that'll be interesting, and also obviously I'll be in the V8 Supercar once again, and something I'll have to decide along the way is whether to run the F1 car or not, but that's going to be a matter of judging how much time I've got to run 3 series competitively in a year is pretty tough, as I'm sure everyone knows.
And finally, mate, before you go, race winner tonight, I don't think that would be your highlight for the year, your highlight for the 2015 year.
It'll be the Premier Series. I had an extremely good run in the middle of that season. I won 3 or 4 races in a row, and qualifying pole position, drove away, and won those races quite comfortably. And to do that in the strength of the field that the Premier Series was really nice. It's a shame that we didn't carry the momentum, mind you, into the back end of the series, and Jared Filsell did that exact same thing at the end and won every race comfortably. But it was nice to have 3 or 4 rounds where you were clearly the fastest car and driver and get those results. That was a very nice feeling, and that'd have to be the highlight for me.
Well, good on you, mate. Good luck for 2016, mate. Hope you had a good New Year's coming up this week. And, mate, thanks for racing tonight in the official V8 Supercar Championship. So good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, boys. See you later.
Cheers, Madison Down there. Winner tonight. We don't get ANZ Racing's Richard Atwood in the broadcast very often, and great that he's taken the time to join us. Rich, welcome to the race spot coverage of round 2 of the official V8 Supercar Championship. Mate, where did you end up? Ninth tonight from 15th on the grid. It's a good effort, Rich. Tell us a bit about the race.
Oh man, it was a pretty hectic race. Pretty well battling with Michael Healy and my teammate Mitchell Cioliak most of the race. Corey was in the battle there at one point, and yeah, it was pretty hectic. The simulated boys were just up in front of us, but they had good pace this week. So, it was there wasn't much in it, but everyone was just flying around that track, and it was very hard to get past.
And mate, you've moved on in the off-season, obviously, shall we say, from Mad Cow Motorsports to ANZ. Horses for courses. Mad Cow big in the GT3s, don't tend to do as much in the V8s. What's your notice in the change between the teams?
Look, the boys at the Mad Cow Racing are pretty committed to the GT3, and it's just good to have somebody to bounce some ideas off, and we haven't done a heap of setup work yet. In fact, actually, we were pretty well just running last week's setup, but mind you, that was a pretty good one there at Phillip Island. But I think there's a pretty good group of guys there, and I think we'll probably build into it and pretty big focus on the V8's online series, and I think a few of us are continuing to do this one each week. So hopefully we'll improve week by week.
Well, I've got a bit of a lineup of people who are having an interview shortly, Rich. But for yourself, finally, mate, your highlight for 2015, seeing that this is the last race for the year.
My highlight, they're all highlights, mate. It's all good. This is probably my last week for a couple of weeks.
You can't give that. And you don't sit on the fence, mate. Have a think about it. What? Yeah, mate. You've had a good year. You've had a really good year, Rich, and you're there week in, week out, mate. So I reckon, yeah, your whole year was a highlight.
Yeah, I've improved a bit each week, and getting more committed, and it's all good fun, mate. That's what it's all about.
It is. Richard Atwood there for ANZ Motorsports. The car 18 did a really good job tonight, coming home in 9th place. Hopefully, Rich will keep up the good work as he moves forward to 2016. We have Mick Krakennel with us. Jake, I'm going to hand the keys over to you. Here's Mick Krakennel and Jake Blackwell.
Michael Crackers, how was your race? It was a very strong battle you had there with Matt Morris and Michael Hammond. Walk us through that one.
Hey guys, first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. That was really intense. I struggled to get around Michael, and I only got past him because he made a mistake coming onto the main straight. And once I had him cleared, I thought, yep, cool, chase after her. And then I looked in my mirror, I saw a car, and it was Matt Morris. And I don't know where he came from. So, I had to defend a little bit once he got to me. And overall, it was a fairly good race. Started 9th, finished 5th, so I'll take that.
Yeah, it was definitely a strong result, especially with, I've heard that SDC not that strong running this week, with a little bit of off, a couple of people's off, obviously, over the Christmas break. So, how was your Christmas as well? Merry Christmas to you too. Would have been good to have a break from all the V8s and everything over the year.
Oh, that's it. I mean, other people have got family commitments and stuff like that, and, there's a few of us on sort of here and there, but generally it's holiday period at the minute, so people wind down and take a bit of a break. So, it's expected.
Yeah, it is. It's very much expected. As we've been asking everyone, highlight of 2015 as we move into the 2016 year next week. What was yours? What was your highlight for 2015?
No doubt it'd be the win at Watkins Glen. That's definitely my highlight. That's highlight for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that was a very strong one. I remember watching that one. That was good. Well done on your top 5 crackers tonight. Hopefully we can see you next week at Nürburgring for the start of the 2016 year.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Well done on the broadcast. I'll be watching it a bit later.
Thank you. Anyone else you'd like to talk to, Mr. Brenton?
You can't go without Ethan Grigalt there, mate. And actually, no, hang on. We're going to get someone else in here quickly as well. Eth, just stand by. We don't normally do this, but we've been visited here by Sean Evans, the winner of the Race 2 split. I'd like to actually continue this type of thing, so whoever wins Race 2, tell us about the Split 2, Sean, if you can.
Hey guys, how's it going? It was good. It was I qualified P2. 40 set the car up like a jet this week, and just wanted to pull away with it, really.
And a clean race, was it, mate? Like I said, we don't get the opportunity to see it, but a clean race?
Yeah, I was under a bit of pressure from Gouchy in that Heath Brennan came up to the field, but overall it was pretty clean. I just sort of kept it straight. Had a few hairy moments there, but yeah, it was all good, so yeah.
And just for the sake, can you remember the positions at all? You obviously yourself had the win. Heath came second, did he?
Nah, Jeff Gouchy came second. Big shout out to him. Heath Brennan was third. I believe Adam Hyland came fourth and fifth. I'm not sure, but Craig Jones was a bit unlucky. He was running top 5 there for a while, and I think something happened, but big shout out to him.
Well, good job, Sean, and no doubt the what car number were you tonight, just for the record, mate? Because no doubt with results like that, you'll be in the top split real soon.
I was car number 1, so I'm hoping for that 3,000 hiring soon.
Yeah, well, I reckon as of next week with the new year kicking in, mate, I reckon 2016 will be a great year for yourself and hopefully your ERA team. So, mate, thanks for jumping on board. We'll keep that short. Oh, actually, no, we won't. Sean, first of all, before you go, what's your highlight for 2015?
Definitely one of the highlights would have been joining ERA, just to find more speed.
Yes. Yes.
How much did you pay him to say that?
It's not me paying him, Crackers, it's you. I've got your bank details in front of me.
No, I'd have to say biggest highlight was my top 3 in the second split of Scops at Monza. I had the pace for top split but ruined my pre-qual, and thought I made the best of second split, and it was a great race, just the three of us going at it, and I had the thing locked in sideways every corner under brakes, and yeah, managed to get second, that was definitely the highlight.
Well, good on you, mate, and I reckon with a couple of strong results as the week goes on, I reckon you'll find yourself in the top split on the broadcast next week at Nürburgring. So good job to Sean Evans with us as well. We have the 3-time back-to-back three-peat champion, Ethan Grigol. Ethan, mate, have you had a worse start in your V8 life than tonight?
Oh, I can remember one or two worse starts, but yeah, I made a complete and absolute mess of that. Because it was 24-degree weather, we got almost no tyre pressure at the start. I thought, I'll take a bit of throttle out at the start, and yeah, that just ended up in the engine basically stalling on me.
But apart from that, mate, a bit of recovery. Young Josh Rogers had some hardware issues there. You were able to get through anyway. So, mate, trying to chase down Madison is not an easy job.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I reckon we're probably about equal on pace, since most of the race we're just trading tenths each other a lap. And yeah, towards the end with the 5 laps to go, I really tried to start to push, and it just ended up going backwards for me. I had steam beeping in my ear like crazy, and yeah, that just made me lose focus and lost a braking marker, and then just went wide into the kilometre. And it's a bit unfortunate, but that's how it goes. All in good fun.
Yeah, we saw your lap dropped a couple of seconds then, but mate, I think overall you should be pretty happy, considering what. I don't think you've had much track time this week.
No, I completely missed the Americas race because I hadn't even bought the track yet, and since it's been Christmas time, I haven't had much time to actually jump in the rig at all. So just a little bit of practice last night and the 2 races today, and yeah, it's a fun track though. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, I thought I said during the broadcast, you either love it or hate it. There's no in between. I'm pretty confident I know your next answer, Ethan, but your highlight for 2015?
3 in a row. Easy.
Yeah, easy one. And mate, and well deserved. What does 2016 bring Ethan Grigol?
Hopefully some more championships, I'd say, and I'm going to have a big attack at the Scop Series, hopefully, and hoping for some pretty good results there, so it should be good fun.
Yeah, looking forward to that. 2016 will be an absolute bumper year for the V8 Supercars, and so hopefully some big announcements. Probably still another month away, I would think. So, Ethan, great job tonight. Second place, and second place last week, second place tonight. Nürburgring, brand new for everybody next week, and no doubt there'll be some exciting racing there. But in the meantime, Mr. Director, I think that's about it. Before we go, Jake, be remiss of me not to ask you what your highlight of 2015 was.
Oh, definitely my highlight of 2015, finally making top split of Prem Series. I know that was my goal for this year, and I was able to live up to it, finish top 25 in points as well, so hopefully next year we can bump it up into the top 15, definitely be focusing on that as well as some NASCAR stuff, so we'll see what happens. But can't forget to ask you, what was your highlight of 2015? It's definitely been a good year for ERA as well, so how was your year?
Wait, now you've disappointed me here, Jake. You've shattered me on the inside. I'm hurt inside, because my highlight for 2015 was racing with Mr. Jake Blackhall in the Road Warrior Series Bathurst 1000. Yeah, where we got second place.
It was a good race.
That was a great race. I loved every minute of it. Loved the enduros, and also another highlight, to be honest with you, was that the ERA team, probably putting the team on here, was qualified in the Blancpain Pro Series for next year for Benny Smith, Tom Jones, Marcelo Rivera and Riley Preston, so that was an absolute highlight as well. But 2016 is going to be really, really strong for the V8s, really confident. Hugo, for the last time this year, mate, play that funky music and we will see ourselves out of here as round 2 wraps up for the official V8 Supercar Championship, brought to you by Race Spot TV. This time you won't see me next week. I'm going away on holidays. The missus was a bit crook, we couldn't get away. Long story, no time. But next week, Jake Black will be with you. Don't know who's going to be commentating with him next week. But in the meantime, on behalf of our great director, Hugo Lewis, Jake Blackall, I'm Bretton O'Brien. Looking forward to seeing what next week brings us when the V8s head for the first time to the wonderful Nürburgring, the Grand Prix track, on what will be round 3 of the official V8 Supercar Championship, brought to you by RaceSpot TV and iRacing. Catch us next week.